Hey, and Catherine. I thought Rand was going to join us today, but apparently he's not. He's traveling. He's working. So let's do a couple of first sections just to warm up a little bit, and then we'll work on the second move. So I'll lead the first one. Jill, you can lead the second one. Okay, Jill.
Okay, here we go.
Good. Okay. So today we're going to work on move number two, or you guys are going to work on move number two and tell me what you have discovered. Right? So hold on just a second. Okay. Jill, call it in the air, heads or tails? Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. It is heads. So Jill's going to go first. All right. And what I want you to do is analyze the second move for us and tell us where the yin and yang cycles are and how many of them you see. And then we'll do the same thing with Catherine. Right? And remember, guys, there's no right or wrong answer. This is a learning process, and of course, it's not going to be perfect at first, but you know, it's okay. You just sort of go along until you finally get it. Right? All right, Jill, go for it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to announce first that I believe there are 7 cycles.
You believe 7? Okay, let's count them out.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I missed one. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, that's only halfway through the move.
Oh, okay.
The whole second move, right, goes to
Oh, and to the okay. Yeah.
Buddha's Warrior.
Okay.
The name of the second move is Buddha's Warrior pounds the mortar. All right. So the last part of the move.
Okay. So move number 2 is a long move. Okay, so we'll start at the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. So you're seeing 14 in this thing. So
Yeah.
what I want you to do is go through it again slowly
Okay.
and tell us where all the yin parts are and all the yang parts are. That is all the places where you're coiling up and all the places where you're uncoiling.
Okay. Yin, yang. Yin, yang. Yin.
Slower.
Okay.
Slow down. Imagine, and this goes for you too, Catherine. Imagine you're teaching a class, right, of beginners. You have to be really clear, all right? Clear in what you say, clear in your demonstration, clear where you begin and where you end something. So you can't do this. Yin yang. No, it won't do because they can't follow you. So you have to do it like this: yin, yang, yin, yang, yin, yang, right? I don't know that that's what you were doing, but what I'm talking about is be really slow, really clear, almost like you're teaching a class in music or something. It has to just be one note, second note, one note, second note. All right, go again. Very slow.
Yin, yang.
Stop. When you do the yin in anything, you have to coil up. Now, the truth is, when you get really good at this, someone might not even see the coiling up because you do it internally,
Uh,
right?
This is what she's doing.
What's that?
This is what she's doing. She's doing
Yeah,
it.
I know, but you can't do that for a class of beginners.
You're kind of asking me to do mental exercise, also do internals and express it. It's
Yes,
really, really hard.
yes, it is. It is really, really hard, right? And like Kevin is saying, pat, rub your stomach, pat your head, whistle Dixie, and chew crackers at the same time.
And I mean, the truth
No,
is, I'm not a teacher.
watch. I'm going to demonstrate. Watch.
Yes.
Part of this is you must slow down. Right? Now, watch. Yin is not this. This is not yin. This is yin.
Okay.
This is peng, which is actually an outgoing energy. Right?
Okay.
This is actually a yang energy. That's yin. And boom, from there you go into yang. So everything that you do in Tai Chi is going to be one of three things. It's going to be yin, it's going to be yang, or it's going to be a transition.
Okay.
We're going to skip the transitions for right now. They're important, but just to keep things simple, right? But what I'm asking you to do is slow down and find where the yin is. Now, there's a reason to do this. Part of it is if you can't teach other people, then you don't understand it, right? It's that simple, right? So slow down, and what you will find in this process is that you might only understand, let's say, the yin function, maybe 10%. Oh, maybe there's another 90% still to find. And if you slow down, right, this is not yin. Watch. That's yin. Did you see this circle around? And then it's going to push out from there. How do you find that? You find it by looking. You find it by looking, but going slow, and you know that there's a yin there. You're right, there is a yin there. But what does yin mean? Yin means you're winding up. You've got a baseball bat and you've got to wind up. Look, is this winding up? Is this winding up? Well, technically, yeah, but it's not much of a wind up, right?
Well,
that's a wind up.
Can I explain how I was saying it?
No.
Okay.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
No. Look.
Well,
again, no. Stop fighting with this. Stop. You're teaching a class of people. They either get it or they don't get it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
What I'm saying though is okay.
Yes.
I am very frustrated because it's like change the rules of what it is exactly that we're supposed to be doing. You know, because it's like this is the first. it's,
Yes,
yes, I want to learn this,
yes, you are
but
learning it.
it just always feels like that I think I'm getting it, but then it's just like, no, you're completely wrong.
No, I did not say you were completely wrong. I said you were right about it being yin. You were wrong about where it started, and you were wrong about the depth of the yin. This is how you learn.
Yes, I
There's
know.
no other way to do it. There is another way to do it. You can fly up here and I'll show it to you.
Yes, but I mean, it's just like I've been doing this for quite some time. And well, what I'm trying to explain is that what the whole movement to me felt like that's the yin part, is that you're starting the coil. But then,
Yes, wrong.
so I
So
guess, yeah,
you
I'm
were
completely
wrong.
wrong.
What's the big problem? You were wrong. That's pung.
Right.
This is the yin.
Yes. Well,
Now
no,
you've
it's,
learned. What?
yes, but it's the way in which it's delivered that it it landed very poorly.
Well, if I'm not delivering it correctly, right, there, you have two options.
Right.
One, you can bite your tongue and actually get into doing this. Or two,
Right.
you can find another teacher who will be
No,
really
no, no, no.
nice. And that other teacher will be really nice and make you feel good, but you won't get this.
It's
Do
okay.
you, Kevin, say something. You're
You're
about
jumping
ready to explode.
there.
Jill, listen to me. I just learned that after 16 years.
Oh, okay. I'm
There
glad to
is,
hear that.
guys, this is so, in a certain way, this is so simple, but in another way, it's so
Oh,
complex. And
it
there
is.
is no other way for a teacher to teach you other than to jump on the what is happening in the moment. Right? So what is happening in the moment was that particular thing. Now you can think, well, that's I mean, my God, it's one tiny little thing. And you're right, it is one tiny little thing.
Not a little
But
thing.
the
It's more.
principle underlying it applies to every movement. And the reason I'm asking you to slow down is not just so that you can watch yourself. Huh? Have you ever done pottery? Have you ever done pottery, made pots?
Um,
Well, go do pots someday, right? Every teacher has to form his or her students. There's no other way to do it. And that process is maddening, it's aggravating, it's frustrating, etc., etc. So as a student, you have a choice. You can put up with all that crap in order to learn, or you can quit. All right, Kevin.
Jill, I've been doing it your way for years. I thought the pung part was part of the windup, and now I know it's not. And now it's going to change everything I do from going forward.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, see, that's the whole thing is it's a little thing, but it's so massive and it's
Yeah.
like impacting the entire, and I mean, no, it's just like getting past the frustration of it. It's like, oh, you know,
Yes, yes. You
But
know, when I was working with Master Jean, I would do private lessons with him, and we did an hour a week, and then we did two lessons a week, each an hour, and then we did two lessons a week. Each lesson was 2 hours, and by the time I was done, I felt like my head was going to explode. He had told me so many important things and demonstrated them, and I'd gotten them. I literally couldn't remember them all. I used to leave his house and walk over to the park and try to remember everything. And even then, I would forget half of it. The only way I remembered it all is we did it again the following week, and we did it again the week after that, and we did it again the week after that. And the biggest, most important breakthrough I ever had in Tai Chi at the moment that it happened, it was like, oh my God, I finally understand this simple thing that changed everything. And then as I was walking home, I realized he had told me the same thing 100 times before. And you just go, my God, how patient he must have been. Because it's not like I was trying not to understand, but I just didn't understand until one day I did understand. And things changed after that. Look, guys, seriously, I'm not trying to frustrate you or upset you. I'm not. What I'm trying to do is move you from here to here. So,
Go, Jill.
so just bite your tongue and do it and learn. Now you think, oh, well, that's Pong. Uh, this is Pong. This is Lu. The Lu is the windup. Pong, Lu, right? And there's probably a little on in there too. And then G, right? The Lu is in this case the windup, and the G is the yang, right? Okay, that's not a big deal, is it, guys? It's just this tiny little movement. My God, it's like 2 seconds of a form that's 12 minutes long. But the same principles apply to every single movement. So you, Jill, and everyone else, you have to slow down to watch what you're doing. What I'm talking about is the differentiation between park Tai Chi and real Tai Chi. Park Tai Chi, what you learn in the park, not Master Zhang's Tai Chi, but for most classes in the park, it's just the outer physicality of it. And you just sort of rush through it and you do this and you're not thinking about anything and you think you know Tai Chi. That's not Tai Chi. That is not Tai Chi. It's like a dance. And it might be a very nice dance and you get some exercise, that's great. But it's not Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the inner power. And you develop that power very slowly by analyzing your movement and realizing there's a very simple science. It's a science. Honestly, it's science. Huh? It's physics. Boom. If you slow down, you can see what you're doing. If you don't slow down, you won't see it. You'll just skip over the top of it. And that's not you, anybody, including me.
Vas-y, Jill.
Master Zhang honestly, he was a very, very patient teacher. And he could tell instantly if you met him, you said, Master Zhang, can we do a private lesson? He would say, no, no. You stay in the class for 6 months or a year, and I'll see whether you really have an interest in this. After 6 months or a year, yeah, okay, now we could do a private lesson. All he had to do was watch you for 3 seconds, and he knew exactly where you were at. And then he's going to try to move you one step further, and then one step further, and one step further. The only way to get where he was is to spend 30 or 40 years at it. The same way as if you were learning piano or brain surgery. It's going to take you that long. So you should thank me for yelling at you, right? Pong, Lu, Chi, we haven't gone into the process much of comparing or analyzing the yin and yang cycles as far as the 13 energies go. Hung Lu Jian Cai Lea Jiu Kao, those are the 13 energies. All right. But eventually we will, because you need to know that. You need to know, you need to understand the parts of what you're doing, and you need to have the language so that you can talk about this with people. Meaning your instructor and your classmates. If you don't have the language, you can't see it. Right? So, Kevin thinks, or did think, this is part of the yin.
And I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working.
Gee, and he couldn't figure out why he wasn't developing his inner power. Because he was going left when he should have been going right, for instance, right? This motion here is actually a yang motion. This is yin. This is yang. This is yin. This is yang. The only way to see that is to slow down mentally and physically and just watch yourself. It's not that hard. Can you feel, right? Can you feel yourself winding up? Yes, of course you can feel that. Of course you can. Right? Oh, I'm winding up. Now I'm unwinding. Now I'm winding up. Now I'm unwinding. All right? That's what I want you guys to be able to do, to have the knowledge and facility to easily be able to do that with some new move that you've never even seen before. All right? Okay, analyze that move. I want you to be able to look at that because it works on exactly the same principles. Very, very, very simple. If you know how to, if you know how to see it. If you don't know how to see it, you'll never understand Tai Chi.
At this rate.
Okay, do it again.
All right. So do you want me to call just yin and yang?
I want you to go very slow and count yin, yang, yin, yang. You call it out.
Okay. So yang, yin.
You'd have them reversed. Yin, yang. Don't confuse your students.
Okay. Yin, yang, yin, yang.
Okay, stop again, guys. This is not a. The point of doing this is to teach you. It's not to accomplish a certain amount, because we don't know what's going to happen during a lesson. What happens during the lesson is what's important. So you could say, "Oh God, we got to get this whole second move done." No, we don't. We don't have to move beyond this place right here. Watch me again, Jill.
Okay.
I'm going to stand closer to the camera. Yin. I'm winding up inside. A little bit more on the left side because I'm going to go to the right. Right? Yin. Yang. Now watch. Yang. It's a circle. Yin, yang, yin, yang, right? That's what you should be finding for yourself, right? The idea of teaching other people is just a metaphor for being clear yourself. I'm sure you guys have all taught things to other people, maybe formally in a class or just informally to a friend. The secret to good teaching is clarity. You've got to be really clear. And the only way to be really clear is to be clear yourself. So I know all kinds of people teaching Tai Chi who have no idea what they're talking about. All right? So again, watch. It's a big circle that goes like this, but it has parts. Yin, yang, yin, yang. Yin and yang are parts of a circle. And depending on which way you're going around the circle, when you're going down, it's yin. When you're coming back up, it's yang. Of course, that's just poetic language, right? Yin is yin here. Yin. Yang. Yin. Yang. If you understand that, now you can explain it to your students or your teacher, right? Often you see somebody like Master Zhang or Master Feng do this move. You will not see the insides, because all you're going to see is this. I don't see any of it there. That's right. You don't see any of it there. That's why they're going to beat you. Right? They've refined their mind and their energetic movement to such a degree that they can get tremendous power out of apparently nothing, right? But the truth is they're doing it inside. It's not the outer body, it's not the physical body's important, but it's the mind and the energy, right? But if they needed to, they could immediately release that energy. You are not at that level, and you're not going to be at that level for another 20 or 30 years. So you need to slow down and do it big. This is what everybody needs. It's not you guys in particular, it's what everybody needs to do, right? Including me, right? Slow down, do it bigger. Watch what's going on inside. Both Master Feng and Master Zhang used to say something that is absolutely true. They would say, I am not your teacher. The form is your teacher. What? The form? How can the form be my teacher? The form codifies centuries of knowledge. It's just like a strand of DNA. The knowledge is in there to build an entire human being. Can you read it? The whole point of learning Tai Chi is to learn to read the DNA. And then the form itself teaches you. But if you're going to learn to read something in some strange foreign language, you've got to slow down and pay attention, right? So all this stuff that I'm telling you, this is not the answer. These are just clues to be able to read the DNA. Your job as a student is to learn to read the DNA of Tai Chi. It's in the form. The form itself will teach you if you learn to read it. I'm teaching you to read it. All right? Again, there are different ways you can read things. DNA is not the same in every person. You can read this as yin, yang, yin, yang. And in fact, I think, Kevin, we were doing it that way before. I'm thinking now we should simplify it. You can always get more complicated later. Let's kind of simplify it to its very basic circles or cycles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, for instance. Again, there's no right or wrong. You could count that as 5 instead of 4. You're not going to be wrong. But what you have to do, if you're going to count it that way, is show me where the yin and yangs are that you're supposedly counting. Got it? Right. All right, again, so Catherine didn't get any air time today at all, but she was not on the griddle either. Work on the second move during this coming week, which means you should spend 15, 20, 30 minutes a day on this. And just, you know the outer physical movement. Look into it and see if you can see the places. Oh, I must be winding up. I must be unwinding. See if you can find those places. And we'll do this again on next Saturday. Yeah, Kevin.